You've walked into rooms and felt the atmosphere before you heard the words. Faces betray flickers of emotion faster than mouths can speak. Postures reveal defensiveness, eagerness, boredom. You tell yourself that you're bad at reading people, that you miss cues, that others have a superpower you lack. But what if understanding others isn't about guessing thoughts, but noticing what is already on display? Nietzsche, with his probing lens into human nature, offered insights, dark truths about motives, masks, and the games people play. He believed that to read people, you must first strip away your own projections. Only when you stop seeing what you wish to see, do you start seeing what is. This is not about manipulation, it's about perception. You remember being blindsided by someone's betrayal. In hindsight, the signs were there. The insincere compliments, the strategic flattery, the subtle put-downs. You ignored them because you wanted to believe in a narrative. Nietzsche would argue that your desire to see good blinded you. One of his truths is that people often act out of self-interest, even in kindness. This doesn't mean everyone is malicious. It means that behind generosity can be a need for admiration. Behind sacrifice can be a desire for control. Behind friendship can be loneliness. To read people instantly, you must acknowledge the possibility of hidden motives, including your own. When you accept that altruism and ego often coexist, you become curious rather than naive. Nietzsche wrote about the will to power, the idea that individuals seek to assert themselves, not just physically, but through influence. Observe conversations. Who speaks the most? Who interrupts? Who deflects? Power dynamics are not always loud. The person who sits back quietly may exert power by withholding approval. The one who laughs the loudest may be masking insecurity. Nietzsche's dark truth is that we all seek dominance in some arena. When you notice where someone feels powerful and where they feel threatened, you read them more accurately. A colleague who criticizes others' work may fear exposure of their own mistakes. A friend who constantly praises you may crave validation in return. Another of Nietzsche's insights is that people wear masks because society demands it. Manners, politeness, small talk are masks that grease social interactions. But masks can also hide contempt, envy, boredom. Watch the eyes. Nietzsche would say that eyes rarely lie. They betray micro-expressions. When someone smiles but their eyes are cold, believe the eyes. When someone agrees verbally but their body leans away, believe the body. He warned against taking words at face value because language can be a tool of deception. People tell you what they think you want to hear. To read them, listen to what they don't say. The silence after a compliment, the quick change of subject, the nervous laughter. These are texts in the margins of the conversation. Nietzsche also observed that people project their traits onto others. Someone who accuses everyone else of lying likely struggles with honesty. The person who criticizes laziness in others may be battling their own inertia. When someone describes another in extreme terms, he's always arrogant, she's never sincere, consider that they may be revealing more about themselves. This insight helps you read not just the target of their criticism, but the critic. It saves you from absorbing their projection as truth. Trust is another theme in Nietzsche's darker truths. He is skeptical of declarations of loyalty, love, and purity. He suggests watching actions over time. Someone may profess unwavering support, but when tested, withdraw. To read people, you must track patterns, not isolated events. You must see how they act when it costs them something, when no one is watching, when they stand to gain nothing. Trust slowly, he advises, not out of paranoia, but out of respect for complexity. People are inconsistent. They are kind one day, cruel the next, honest here, deceptive there. Reading them means holding all parts in view, not creating saints or demons. A particular insight from Nietzsche is that people often dislike those who reveal their true motives. If you see through someone's act, they may resent you. It's safer to be polite than honest about what you perceive. Smart readers of people do not always announce their insights. They adjust their behavior accordingly. If you sense that someone flatters you for ulterior motives, you thank them and keep boundaries. If you sense that someone underestimates you, you don't need to correct them. You use it as information. Nietzsche believed in the value of strategic ignorance, choosing when to act on what you know and when to let others play their roles. He also warned that reading others requires reading yourself. Your biases color your perception. If you have a wound from childhood, you may see every tough mentor as abusive. If you crave approval, you may misinterpret criticism as rejection. Nietzsche called for hard honesty. Examine your motives in interactions. Are you networking at a party out of genuine interest or social climbing? Are you helping a friend because you care or because you want credit? When you know your motives, you can see them mirrored in others and thus read them with empathy rather than judgment. Nietzsche believed that many relationships are transactional. This isn't cynicism, but observation. Two people may enjoy each other's company because they fulfill each other's needs. One offers stability, the other excitement. When the transaction shifts, friction arises. Recognizing this transactional nature helps you read shifts before they become conflicts. When a friend who always called you when sad stops calling, they may have found a new source of comfort. Instead of feeling hurt, you can appreciate the role you played and let go. You can then cultivate relationships that are less about exchange and more about mutual growth. Another dark truth is that people rarely know themselves fully. When you ask someone why they did something, their answer may be a story they believe, not the actual cause. Conscious motives are often rationalizations after the fact. Nietzsche challenges you to see behavior as data. If someone repeatedly cancels plans, they may value spontaneity over commitment, regardless of their stated reasons. If someone shares everyone else's secrets with you, they will likely share yours. Reading people means seeing through narratives to patterns. Nietzsche's insights can make the world seem darker, but their purpose is illumination. When you see human motivations without rose-colored glasses, you become less prone to disappointment. You lower your expectations of others' perfection and increase your compassion. You understand that you, too, wear masks, seek power, project fears. Reading others becomes a mirror for reading yourself. This mutual understanding can deepen relationships. You may choose to stay away from those whose motives harm you, but you may also draw closer to those whose honesty resonates. In practice, reading people instantly is less about speed and more about presence. Slow down, watch, listen, notice contradictions, hold back your projections. Ask yourself if what you perceive aligns with patterns. Give people space to reveal themselves over time. Nietzsche invites you to embrace ambiguity. People are not puzzles to be solved, but symphonies to be heard in full. Their darkest motives and brightest virtues coexist. You can read them without labeling them. You can engage wisely, with eyes open and heart guarded yet soft. By the end of a conversation, you might know a little more about someone than they intended. You might see their fear behind bravado, their warmth behind sarcasm, their cunning behind compliments. You need not confront them with this knowledge. You can tuck it away, adjust your expectations, and treat them accordingly. Nietzsche's darkest truths illuminate not to breed mistrust, but to encourage clarity. When you see clearly, you suffer less from misreading. You act with intention. You choose your company. You navigate the social world with a mixture of caution and curiosity, respecting the complexity of those around you without surrendering your own.